In today's video, we are going to see the if functions and the else if functions in these three in one video. So in this case, I have assumed three numbers, and I have to get the largest number between these three numbers and the lowest number between these three. So let's start. In our previous video, we have explained that the functions of include streams and using namespace integers means, and then we have to assign a value integer. Integers means we are going to assign a value that is a number, which means 1 to 1000 is more than. So number 1, I have assumed a name. It's just a name. Number 1, I have assumed a value 10, and number 2, I have assumed a value 123. In number 3, I have assumed 567. And don't forget to put a comma between these numbers like this, and in this end we have to put a semicolon, and we have to start the if condition. If you start if condition, then you have to put a bracket, and then you don't want to put this semicolon after this bracket because it's a function. If number 1, which means this number 1 is greater than number 2, then the number 1 is the largest one. If the number 1 10 is greater than 123, then the number 1 is large. But it's not true. Here number 1 is 10, number 2 is 123. So we have to put another if. This is called nested if. We have to put another if in this function. We have to start this if condition after these brackets. Then if number 1 is greater than number 3, which means this number 1 is greater than number 3, then number 1 is largest one. Okay. Now else part. If wait a minute. And in else part, we have to, if the number 1 is greater than number 2, then number 1 is largest one. If this condition is false, then we have to in this our program goes to this: if number 1 is greater than number 3, then number 1 is the largest one. Else is this in these two condition statements are false, then it will, then what else? Then you have to put else, then the number 3, this one is the largest number. So likewise, we have seen this in our previous video how to get the output. You have to put a C out and these brackets, and you have to assign a string value into the into a comma, inverted comma. Then after that, this slash n means then you will be get a it's like a enter functions. Number 3 is largest. This is a printed command. Then you have to close this else brackets. Likewise, this. Then you have to go to the else if condition, because we have get only in these first functions we have get only 2. For these two functions are about number 1 is greater than the we have in these functions, in these two functions we have only get for the number 1 is greater. Now we have to see that the number 2 is greater than or else. So if the condition is false, then number 1 is not greater than number 2 and number 2. Okay. Then now we have to put else if. After this if and else condition, we have to put else if. Else if number 2 is greater than number 3, which means this number 2 is greater than number 3, then number 2 is the greatest one. Okay. Then number 2 is the greatest one. Number 2 is the largest one. Else number 3 is the largest one. This is how it's working. So let's run the program. First we have to put g++, only 2 plus. Then you have to put the file name. I have saved the file name as hl.cpp, means C++ extensions. Then you have to put enter. Now we have to give the command to the cmt like g++. Then I have saved the file name as hl.cpp, means the C++ extension. Then yeah, its code is correct. Then you have to put a or something. Then you will get the largest number. The 6 video. Here is the here I don't know, but then the number 3 is the largest number. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video and share with your friends.